If you want to build a massive chest, you have to stop bench pressing right now.
Welcome to Heinz Senior's Coaching App. Get access to the P3AK High Intensity Training ebook and its exclusive video tutorials. Commit with Heinz's coaching right now and be provided with a year of meal plans, training programs, and more. www.p3akday.com. There is no room for the littles.
You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said.
Welcome back to our last Iron Rage, not of the lifetime, only of the year. I'm here with Lee Priest, and joining us a little later should be Jimmy the Bull. And Lee, before Jimmy gets on, because Jimmy likes to monopolize the show, I want to talk about something that's really, I want to rage a little bit. I know I always let you guys rage. I want to rage today because I was at the gym this morning training, and I went through my whole workout. And I train fast because I don't need to be in the gym for 2 hours. It's not my thing. I finished my workout in about 35 minutes. I did a little back training. I did five exercises, like 2 or 3 sets per exercise. Felt good. I like to end my back workout with hyperextensions. There's one hyperextension machine in the gym, all right? How many sets, just out of curiosity, do you do, if you even do hyperextensions, how many sets do you do for your lower back like that usually?
I do them, and our gym also just has one hyperextension.
Yeah.
I do about four at most, generally, probably
And
four.
how many reps per set usually?
I normally just go till, if I'm holding weight, I might cut it down, but generally if you just got a 20 kilo or 10 kilo weight,
Yeah.
I just go till it burns. I don't normally count, just till it really burns and pumps, and then I stop. So
What do you think, like 10, 12 reps maybe?
yeah, I'd say 12 to 15 probably.
Okay. All right. So, I do 2 sets usually because I find that that's enough. I don't need to do any more. But 2 to 4 sets is normal. I'm done with my workout essentially. I have to just do this last exercise and I'm out of the gym, and I got to do a million things like you. I got my checklist to go through. There's 2 people on this hyperextension machine going back and forth, and they're not chatting, they're not on their cell phone, they're not wasting time. And I'm like, I'm looking at my watch, I'm playing with the phone, I'm trying to wait till they finish. 1 set, 2 sets, and they're doing like 20 reps per set, 3 sets, and they go, each one's doing 18. Now I'm looking at now it's at like 10 or 12 minutes have passed, and I'm like, this is almost 50% of my workout. I'm waiting to do this last exercise, and I'm like you, I can't leave the gym until I do the stupid hyperextension machine, because God forbid I do it tomorrow, right? I can't do it. I got to finish. That's how I finish my back workout. 5 sets, 6 sets, 7 sets. I'm like, excuse me, are you guys almost done? Now I'm like agitated now because now it's 25 minutes in, and they're still on the same machine. They're like, oh, we got a few more sets. I'm like, you did 7 sets already. They're like, oh, you're counting? I'm like, I've never seen anyone do 7 sets. They're like, we do 10 sets on here. I said, you do 10 sets of 20 reps on the hyperextension machine. What do you think it's doing for you? Oh, well, she's trying to do wellness. I'm like, well, then get under the squat bar and start squatting. I said, why are you doing 10 sets and tying up the one machine that's in the gym? You think the guy would have said, you know what? You want to jump in with us and share the machine? But God forbid you don't spray down the machine. Have you seen this? They have 400 spray bottles all over the gym with this disinfectant. You know what people do? They spray the stuff on the machine, they wipe it with this paper towel that has no absorbency, and they leave.
So it's wet.
It's all wet.
It's all wet.
I'd rather them not even clean it.
We don't have the spray bottle now. We just have the whole big thing, and it costs the gym a fortune where they have that dispenser where you pull all the wet towels out. They're already wet.
That's worse.
So they just wipe the benches over. Now it's white with all this white like disinfectant.
It's all this
over
slime all over it. Yeah, that I have to wipe off with the bottom of my fucking shorts. So
my clothes are very disinfectant when I leave the gym. I don't wash my clothes for a week, Dave. I just keep wearing them because they're disinfected.
I look at it this way. If you sweat on a bench and you get your germs on there, whatever, your bacteria, whatever the hell's on you, viruses, whatever, and then you spray it with some liquid, even if it's a disinfectant, okay, and then you smear it around, okay, and it's still laying on it's still wet on the bench, all the crap is still there. I don't care if it's dead or not. All the stuff is still on the bench. Now I got to sit on it, and it's all in my clothing right now.
Yeah. Well, what I do, I get the wet wipe, and I wipe the bench with that.
Yeah.
And then I got my towel. I use my own towel to wipe the wet residue off once I've used the wet one. So
You're an expert in cleaning. I don't sweat in the gym at all, so I don't even leave a trace of my DNA.
Nor do I. I only do that if people are looking. If no one's looking, I don't wipe it because I'm like, there's no sweat on the bench.
I don't
anyway,
even leave
so
anything.
why?
Right? Exactly. I don't train that hard that I'm sweating.
The only good thing that's come out of COVID, I've said it before, is if you're looking for a mate and you're looking for a girlfriend and you want someone special in your life, watching how a woman cleans a bar is the best way to pick up a girl, because I've seen them, Dave. Here's the bar. I see girls get the little fucking towel and they go, tap, 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 tap. But then I see the girl on the lap pull down bar. She gets that wipe and she's rubbing it like this and stroking it back and forth. I'm like, that's the girl you ask out for coffee. The way she's got that fucking, she's cleaning it like she's milking a cow. I'm like, this other girl's just like, tap, 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 tap. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, guys, when you're at the gym, if you're looking for a girlfriend, notice how she wipes down that equipment.
Oh, boy. Pornographic cleaning tips from Lee Priest. I just don't understand why people do so many crazy things in the gym. I mean, who in their right mind does 10 sets of hyperextensions?
Well, hyperextensions, like I said, if you're doing it properly and you're squeezing it, your lower back would be that pumped like you got two metal rods up it.
I don't want to do more than 2 sets. Right, exactly, right. It's like I used to remember this. There was this girl at the gym. She used to squat every single day. 7 days a week. She never took a day off, and she had the fattest ass I've ever seen. And she must have had some muscle in there, but I mean, she was fat. She just obviously used it as an excuse. Well, if I go eat whatever I want, I can come and squat. I'll squat. She'd do 20 sets of squats every single day. And she lifted heavy weight. I don't know how she did it. I said, I got to ask you a question. I don't know how you squat every single day. She's like, oh, I need to do it. It's very, keeps good shape to my glutes. And I'm like, why don't you just zipper your mouth closed a little bit? You won't have to worry about it.
The only thing giving her glutes good shape is eating burgers.
And I don't like to be like that. I don't want to be like that dick at the gym that tries to bully people off of equipment and stuff like that. But when I see really stupid stuff, it's just like, oh my god, it just irks me.
It's not that you want to be. It's not that you want to be a bully. It's like you said, when you ask us that you're that interested now, you want to ask them why, because in your mind you've tried to rationalize. Right. Are they doing it for this? Are they doing it for that? No, it can't be for this. It can't be for that. Yeah. Why the fuck are they doing it? I've actually got to ask them to hear what their excuse is, because I want to know.
The difference is that you and I know what the right way to do it is. Like if you were a beginner and you went into the gym and you saw these people doing 10 sets of hyperextensions, you probably would go and try to do the same thing, because you would think, well, they're in kind of good shape. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. But so when I see insanity like that, I can't keep my mouth shut, because, like you said, I have to find out what their rationale is. Usually it's just that they don't know any better, and they think.
Yeah, what it was the 3 sets were for lower back, 3 sets were halfway for hammies, and the other 3 sets were coming up squeezing their glutes. It's an all-in-one machine.
Look, I don't know. You might do it, so I might insult you now, but I don't know. But people get on that stepper and they squeeze their glutes on every step they take.
I don't do that.
They think they're gonna get a fucking leaner ass because of that. I got news for you. It ain't doing nothing. Okay.
When I see them doing the stepper and they walk fucking sideways, they walk on an angle. As they take a step up, they kick the leg back and they kick the leg back. I'm like, and then they get on the treadmill and they're going sideways on the treadmill like this. There's a girl on the treadmill the other day, two girls who I was in there I talked to, and they were doing the treadmill, they're doing it backwards. I said, stop that, stop. They're like, what? I said, don't you know? I said, you're doing it wrong. I said, walking backwards, that actually puts weight on because you're doing it the wrong way. And they're like, does it? I said, yes. I said, doing the treadmill backwards, you're adding calories. That's doing it wrong. And they're like, really? I'm like, I said, yes, you got to turn around and walk the other way. That's how you burn them. I said, doing it that way, you're only adding them. But I said, you see so much shit on there. I said, well, the ones that are doing the treadmill and they're lunging on the treadmill as they're doing it, or they said they're going sideways. They're doing that. You said the stepper, and as every step they go up, they take a step up, kick the leg back, step up, kick the leg back, and then sideways.
Lee, the funny thing about those people is there's 2 groups. There's one that look like shit. That they're fat, they're out of shape, they have no muscle, and it's doing absolutely nothing for them. And those are the people that are copying the one person in the gym who actually looks really good. And they don't look good because they're doing that exercise. No. They look good because they're in shape, they train right, but then they do these other goofy things like Kai Green does because they think it's going to bring in a little more detail.
Or that one person could just walk around the block and look that good.
Yes, they just have good genetics.
Someone goes, well, that's what we're going to do.
But
then.
that
We're
one
gonna do
person
that.
fucks it up for the rest of the gym because then you get all these kooky housewives who think they got to fucking kick their leg out and then they wind up falling off the treadmill and they break their neck, you know.
Well, it's like the hip thrusters. I've seen so many variations of the hip thrusters. Girls putting those Olympic bars across their weights with like 520 kilos each side and hip thrusting. I'm like, my God, what the fuck are you doing? So guys don't deadlift that and you're hip thrusting that into the air like it's the B, and I'm like, oh my God.
They got a machine in my gym
Oh, yeah.
in Crunch that does
We've got that now.
They got a
We've got
freaking
it now.
machine. They only have one hyperextension machine, but they got a machine for hip thrusts.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
see. Can you
we
guys
got
buy
that.
another machine, another hyperextension machine to the gym? It can't be that expensive. It doesn't do anything. It's just a fucking piece of metal like this.
But I have to shake my head sadly when I see guys who are skinny as fuck and they're on the hip thruster machine. I just look at them and go, mate, go fucking squat. You're doing hip thrusters. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
You know,
It's
I have to say that this is a very ignorant statement on my part. What the fuck did the hip thrusters even do for you? Do they do anything?
well, it's meant to be the glutes, but like I said, if
Yeah.
you can't get glutes from doing squats,
Right.
leg press, or lunges, nothing's going to help you.
Right.
You think this machine where you just lay there and it looks like you're trying to root fucking Jesus in the clouds. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, eat this muff, eat this muff, eat this muff. It's like, what the fuck? That's all I'm thinking about is shoving the head, shoving the head, shoving the head, shoving the head. Yeah, get down. That's what comes to my mind. Apart from this and this, the gym's becoming a sexual play state. Like,
Well, you know, back in the day, I haven't seen this recently in the gym, thank God. But back in the, like the late 80s and 90s, when I was at the gym, these girls used to do the adductor machine, and they'd wear these like short shorts with no like underwear on. And I was always like wondering, I'm like, I wonder if these girls are doing it purposely to get attention, or if they just were fucking clueless that their freaking snatch was hanging out in the middle of these sets.
and where they always put those machines in a weird spot. Where I train right now, I got like a dip machine that you sit in like this. And when you sit in the dip machine, it pushes you forward like this. So where your head is, if I turn this way, I'm looking right up the crutch of a girl on this machine. So as I'm doing this and the girl's on that machine, I'm like, Lee, don't even look at the weight. Don't look that way. Just keep focused. Looking this way, Lee. Keep focused. As I get off and look this way. Because as soon as I look that way, it's peekaboo, peekaboo.
Well,
Actually, it's nicer because that part of the gym, there's no fan. So while she's doing that, it's like one of those things they used to have in the blacksmith days where they pump the air into the furnace. So as she's doing that, I got this like sushi breeze of the ocean coming over my face. And like, who's got seafood over there? Thank you.
I'll say this one thing though: you don't get quite as many sneak peeks as you did back in the 80s and 90s because girls today shave everything down there. So back in the 80s, and early 90s, you might get a little bit more, bush looking.
When did that start though? It's like I don't like crazy like you see those natural people at the nudist colony type bush where it's just like fucking Lenny Kravitz's fucking head down between your legs. I mean, like, just a nice little trim little runway just to let you know they're of age, because these days it's like
some people don't want them to be of age.
That's what I think. I think these pedophiles must love it because it's so bored and that. It's like, and really, guys, if you're honest with yourself, when you look at that thing unshaven, and it could be somewhat open or it could be like spitting at you, this fucking whatever it is, like that fucking, remember on Jurassic Park, that thing that goes, it fucking stings your eyes, you're like, I can't see, and then the thing
like a spitting cobra,
yeah, like the shop of horrors. When you really look at that thing, it ain't pretty. Imagine you're out hunting in the fucking wild and you come around a tree. As you come around the tree, there's like a 5 foot, 6 foot shaven vagina right there. Like, that would be worse. That would be worse than a fucking brown bear looking at that thing. You'd be like,
Fucking horrifying.
oh my God, it'd be opening up. These flaps would be coming out. The fucking cervix and the fucking clitoris would be coming down like a fucking... You'd have to fucking use an axe and kill it. It'd be like fucking aliens. You'd be like, get away from her, you bitch. It's fucking terrible. But when you really look at that thing, so and look, girls, I don't know what started this whole clean shave because, and the thing is too,
Well, guys
Well,
are growing
well,
beards now, Lee, and mustaches. Maybe the girls should start growing back the, that area down
Well,
there.
the thing was, when you had a little bit of bush there too, like if this was the entryway, and you had a bit of bush, if you wore tights, it would keep you tight, so all you could see was the V dub on it, like this. But now it looks like someone's put the axe through the V dub on it because it's camel toe city at every gym you go to now. It's just like these two big moose knuckles, cow knuckles, fucking whatever. And they pull it up high too. It's like, oh my god, and then.
I know what you're observing at the gym now. Yeah, we know.
It's not. We can't help but look because they're all wearing these tights that. It's like under hyperextension. It looks like you got to go put 20 cents in the slot machine because I see this coin box every time she bends over. Play that song again. Just put the money in. It's like, where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy?
The question is,
I'm here.
Hey, there's Jimmy. Where are you? I can't see you.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
All right, well, Lee.
Why didn't you
Jimmy,
say something?
You got 5 minutes. I got to go pick my son up. So let's hear this flat Earth rant
Yeah,
you got.
flat Earth, Jimmy. The flat Earth.
no, I wanted to touch on a couple of things quick because
You look like you're you're doing this by candlelight.
I am. I'm trying to keep it.
I feel like I've been seeing Jimmy all morning. I've been seeing Jimmy since 12 a.m. at the hospital, and all I want to say to Jimmy is, I just want
Take it off. You're gonna get us demonetized.
Before I touch on, maybe we'll have to do this for another show because I got a lot of stuff written down.
Oh my God, he's got notes.
oh Jesus,
Reams.
You got notes?
He's got notes. He's got
reams
notes.
of
Yeah,
notes.
I got notes. I wrote a lot of stuff down. So I wanted to share with the people, with the fans.
Give us
the most potent end of year. Remember, this is the last show of 2021.
Give us the spark notes.
What?
It's the last
want
show
the
of
minutes.
2021. So give us the most potent thing you got to say.
No, let's. I'll tell you what. Let's start it. Let's start the new year on a good note. I want to talk about my vagina story. So
Okay.
Yeah. Woo!
So, a while back, I dated this chick. I haven't seen her since, high school and all of that. We always liked each other. And I was with her years and years ago. And we were drinking in a house. And I ended up on the couch with her. And, we just started going at it. And I lifted up her shirt. And I started to, tenderize her nipples with my tongue. And all of a sudden,
like a marinade.
all of a sudden, my mouth came off her nipple. And I felt something dragging out of my mouth, like when I was, yeah. It was like, so I was like, what the fuck? It was like tentacles on an octopus.
It was like a dental floss.
Anyway, I got a little turned off. I tried to put my hand down. I was young. I tried to have my hand down her pants and all. This is back in the day when I was really fucking nuts. So anyway, I meet this girl years later, right? So we bumped into each other and we were like, hey, how you doing, babe? I says, let's go out to dinner one night. She goes, yeah, we'd love that. So we went out to TJI Fridays, right?
Right.
Ooh, big
Very
spender.
classy.
Yeah.
Had a few beers.
What?
I like TGIs.
Well, it's a close bar.
Yeah,
here,
I know.
I like it.
We
We're
approve.
We're not
We
hating.
approve.
We're not hating.
all right. Tyler's making fun of me because I went to Friday.
Poking fun. I'm poking clean fun.
Tyler's more of a
That's
Red
like
Lobster
a.
type
That's
person.
like
My girlfriend loves Red
That's
Lobster.
Ruth's Chris
He probably
Steakhouse
goes
for
to the
Tyler,
fucking-
Jimmy.
He probably goes to the fucking full nude clubs down here. Anyway, so I go to Fridays and we're drinking and we're tying one on and we're drinking martinis. We're getting blasted, So anyway, we ended up, I'm taking her home. I'm being a gentleman. So I'm halfway to our house, and she says, "You taking me home?" I says, "Yeah." I couldn't even see. I missed the street. I was so fucked up. I turn around. She says, I thought we were going to go back to your house. I said, oh, no problem. I turned the fucking car around. Get back we get in the house. I got wine. Now we're drinking wine and martinis. I was tripping. So now we're standing up. We're making out. I'm like, hot and heavy. I'm hot as a rock. I got my hand on her jeans, I'm rubbing her, kissing her. She gets down on her knees, does the whole thing there, yeah, right? And then we go in the bedroom, I throw her in the bedroom, I rip her drawers off, right? And I said, I'm going down on this girl. And I go down without even touching her, and all of a sudden my face went in this gigantic bush, right? So, I got her in this position, legs open like a watermelon, and I'm in there, and I'm going, and all of a sudden, I'm in there, and I'm like, I can't stop now. I gotta go. You know what I mean? So I kept going, and all of a sudden I get up, I'm sneezing and shit, and the hair was up my fucking nose, right? Because when I went in there, the hair went directly, because it's coarse, that hair, right up my fucking nose. I get up, I'm sneezing, I'm spitting, and I was like, are you kidding me? I says, really? This is 2021. You still got this mountainous bush down there? I mean, really? And it was even harboring the urine. When I went down there. You can't clean that shit. You know what I mean? Because the shit ferments in there like fucking wine. Like, you don't know what you do instead of being there.
She might have been given. She might have been.
I said, I'm taking you home. Get up.
Taking you home. Get up. Get up.
Get up. Get the
You ended it right there? You stopped?
I took her home. That was it.
Hey, you're mean, Jimmy. I would have just went to the bathroom, Jimmy. Jimmy, just go to the bathroom, get the comb, part the hair, and then just
Lee would have got the scissors
started,
out and gave her a little trim too.
No, so I've been hurting for months there, so she just called me the other day.
She said, Jimmy, I've had a haircut. You want to come back?
Got a crew cut.
Supercuts.
Oh my God, I'm white.
Remember?
And I
Jimmy,
was like,
do you remember?
she said, Merry Christmas. I said, yeah, because I was with her like this is when Denise left me. This is
Right.
like over 3 years ago, and then. So then she called me recently, and I was like, "Yeah, Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Wish your family well."
Go see her. She's probably got a new hairstyle to show you. Remember, Jimmy. This is how every young kid used to walk home from the movies or the discos back in the day. Remember this with your mates? I guarantee you'd be walking along, just mind your own business, and you go to your mate.
Yeah, I did that.
It's like always shoving your finger under the nose. Hey, remember Sally? Remember Sally at the disco?
Well, Lee, I used to do, years ago when I was a kid, I used to make out with the girl, then go down there, and I used to, go in there a little bit, you know what I mean? And then
Good action.
Then I would give him the test. I'd be in there a little bit like that. And I give him a hug, and I'd go behind the back.
Yeah.
I said, okay, it's safe.
I know, exactly. What about when you put your hand down there and you do that, Jimmy? Like, oh, she's very wet. Then you bring your hand up, and it looks like you just put your hand in the bucket of yogurt. You got all that white stuff.
Damn it! That's the episode title, the sniff test.
It's a demonetized
I
episode
was so
of Banned.
fucking demented. When I was 13 years old, I went next door and I was fucking around with the babysitter next door, right? 13. So I'm making out with this chick. I never forget it. And I'm fingering, I'm sucking her tits, everything, because I was, I was young. I was so tight. Then anyway, the people came home. I had to jump out the fucking back door to get the fuck home, right? So I went home and I was hungry after that little ordeal I had, So I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I bit the sandwich, and when I bit it, the middle finger was right there.
Tuna.
And I smelled it. It was so bad that till today I can't eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever again, bro. Room for peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But you hooked every time I see you. This explains it, Jimmy. Every time I talk to you, you're eating fucking sushi. Now I know why. That fucking smell. You're like, oh, that reminds me of her. She's under my nail. I went down on a girl once, and I told you this. She came home from school. My sister came in the house, and I'm in the bedroom with her. I'm like, shh, be quiet. My sister's home. And I'm down there doing the... I'm like, let me just go see what my sister's doing. I walk out, and my sister's face was like this. I'm like, what? What? She goes... So I go look in the mirror, and I swear, I was Heath Ledger, the Joker, before Heath Ledger was the Joker. I had the biggest I had blood. I looked like a cross between the Joker and fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I had fucking, and my nose was all red. I look like Rudolph the Joker and Dracula. And I'm like, and for 2 days, that's all I could taste. You know that taste of blood. I'm like,
I have to say, I've done that myself. And the girl even told me, she said, I have my friend. I said, I don't care. I just, because I was always drinking, man. That was my biggest outfit. So,
what about you bang him when you bang him when you bang him on the rag?
Everything goes down the shitter when you're drinking alcohol. Your moral standards, everything. Yeah,
I got no excuse. I got no excuse. I didn't drink. I just had no moral standards. I'd be banging him, and you get the blood all over your shaft. And when you get down there, you got these blood clots around your balls, like it's just like giving afterbirth, and then it dries up. And you got to scrape the blood flakes off the side of your cock. It looks like you just fucked rhubarb in a bowl of yogurt. It's just like.
By the way, Jimmy, I wanted to tell you, we got demonetized the other day from the show where you said that your wife poured the yoo-hoo over your head.
What?
I think they thought it was an assault.
Wait, back up. What happened?
Remember the show where you were telling us the story about your ex-wife pouring the yoo-hoo over your head?
Yeah, the last show we did.
I think the YouTube thought it was considered that an assault or something like that. So they demonetized the show because they considered that you were attacked, in the video.
Oh my God.
I had 3 fucking cop cars in. They didn't say shit.
You guys, I guarantee you this show will be perfect. You cursed, you talk about, vaginas. No one cares. As soon as you have any kind of assault on someone, they demonetize you.
I had 3 cop cars with 6 officers there.
You were assaulted. There was an assault on with a woman involved. They demonetized you.
Really?
Inappropriate. They said inappropriate material.
Inappropriate.
Imagine that, Jimmy or Lee, inappropriate. I can't believe it. Hey guys, we got to wrap this up. I got to pick my son up.
Before you go, Dave, I got some interesting news. Yeah. I was on my deathbed, today, in the hospital. Machines are taking blood. Yeah. The machines are beeping. Jimmy's sending me messages. The machines are beeping. There's Jimmy again. All I know is when I'm on my deathbed, the last face I'm going to see is fucking Jimmy. It's great. He's cracking jokes. I'm there dying. He's like, Lee, what's that fucking machine in the background, Lee? I'm not even there.
I'll tell you one thing. Between you and Jimmy, you guys go to the emergency more often than any 2 people I know. I think you're the 2 biggest hypochondriacs I know.
No, because Jimmy and I have learnt nurses don't shave.
And on that note, I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest, Jimmy the Bull, saying Happy New Year. We'll see you back in 2022 for another Iron Rage. Beautiful.
Love you guys.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.